The opinions of our panelists do not necessarily reflect those of Bang Zoom Entertainment or Revision3.com. This episode of AnimeTV is brought to you by Netflix and GoDaddy.com. Welcome back to AnimeTV.
Episode 16.
We will discuss anime, manga, Asian pop culture, and video games.
Today, Bailey is back in Japan with her segment, and she's gonna get attacked by a deer, and we're gonna talk about Claymore as our anime of the week.
Yay! AnimeTV, go!
AnimeTV, go!
Welcome to our HEMA segment, which means free time in Japanese.
Our panelists are going to be telling you what they've been reading, watching, and playing this past week, and people want to know what you've been up to, Johnny.
I beat up an old man.
Really? What about Ninja Town? Did you?
I haven't beat it yet.
No?
6 months later.
Still?
I still suck.
Let's see what the panelists are up to.
Well, this is HEMA time, and by the way, can I say how, do they really expect us to do something new every week? I can't really be bothered to do something new every month. You know what I'm saying?
When you're part of the Flintstones, you don't
right?
do anything new.
Like, I was sitting on the couch last week, I'm sitting on the couch this week, and my fat ass can't be bothered to do anything new. Anyway, what have you been doing since last time? Yeah. Oh, wow.
Besides looking for a new place to live, if you know any place good, let me know.
You can stay with me, Mila.
Ooh.
I should have
Careful, they'll say something about
that's true.
the PC level on the forums.
Well, as I keep saying over and over again, it's like I wait till certain things, you know, pile up in my inbox or my bookshelf, and once again, Clover has piled up for me, and there are many different Clovers that are out there. One of them is one of my favorite series from Clamp called Clover, but that's not the one I'm talking about. I'm actually talking about a slice of life OL comedy dramedy kind of manga. Yeah, it's basically an OL basically is an office lady, aka OL in Japanese. Yeah, you know,
like a
sexy
office lady.
Kind of. Not everybody's sexy.
If she's just kind of, then why read it?
Yeah.
Why read it?
But she's got glasses, right? She's got.
Actually, no, she doesn't, but her kind of man does in the show. And it's funny because it's one of those, you know...
It's an office romance?
It's an office romance. It's literally a slice of life. So if it's not your cup
that
of
happens
tea,
all the time, so...
yeah, well, it does. But if it's not your cup of tea, I wouldn't suggest it. But I don't even remember why I started reading it. I think it was in Flower Comics, which is one of the ones that I used to read. It's not really a teenage, it's not really an adult
it's like
magazine.
In the middle.
It's kind of in the middle, like late teens, early 20s kind of, you know, demographic. And what happened was, maybe it wasn't Flower. It was in one of the publications that got canceled. And so for a long time, it just kind of floated, like it was around, but it wasn't being published. And there's a lot of those in my repertoire, apparently. But I was just like, gosh, they need to bring it back. And they finally did. I think it's in a new magazine now, or it's in one of the older ones, and they managed to fit it into the lineup. But oh no, I know where it was. It used to be in Cookie. That's what it was.
Oh, Cookie.
I'm totally lying. Yeah, Cookie is the one that Nana is in too.
Okay.
So it's that kind of weird genre of like it's geared towards women. A lot of times it's slice of life of some kind, but it's not really adult, but it's not really kiddie either.
Yeah,
you know,
it sounds very Kate and Alley to me.
Yeah,
That's probably why
so
we've never heard of it before.
Probably, but it's very popular actually. It's managed to sell tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of copies. So it's actually
Two bored, lonely housewives being like,
You're so mean.
I wonder if she sharpens his pencil.
No, but it's a great drama. So it's a great, you know, if you like
Actually, be
building
this way.
character.
It should be this way.
So if you like characters that kind of grow and stuff like that, you know, it's a great manga.
All right, cool. Chick stuff. Nick.
Wow, I just got swept under the rug. As chick
She's
stuff.
gonna be
Great.
filing his cabinets.
Right.
Ooh.
Nick, have you been doing anything new?
Yeah, actually, I found this under Laura's bed, and I figured I'd keep my
Oh,
hands to
hey.
myself. So, because I'm so tempted to touch Melee these days, so I was gonna put these on just so that I don't distract our viewers.
You know what's
from-
funny? When this airs, that'll be such old news.
It'll be such old news, but I thought it'd be fun just to bring them along anyway.
How are you gonna get those off?
It's easy. They're magic.
Oh,
They
right,
are
fair
kind of
enough.
tight. Oh, ouch. Anyway, but I've been reading the manga for what we're going to be what we're going to be talking about later on. And in the meantime, I started watching a series called Tegami Bachi, which is letter B, and it's
yeah, I've seen
okay.
that,
It's
yeah.
kind of cool. Although I got to 7 episodes and I was like, okay, I can't take it anymore. The animation is beautiful. And here's a question for you. The translation from the main character's name is Lag Seeing, and I know I'm giving the John Wayne Lag Seeing, but when they pronounce it in Japanese, it's like Lag Seeing, and it's just or like Lag Seeing. They never, because the L is an R, and so it just, for me to see lag and they keep saying lag seeing, like it's weird for me. And I'm reading in subtitles, of course, because I don't know Japanese. But and Nietzsche is the other girl's name, and it's like they call it Nietzsche, and it's really throwing me as far as like reading the subtitles and watching along in Japanese. And the voice cast is all these young little like kid voices, and it's driving me up a wall. So after 7 episodes, I put it away for a little bit, but I have to say that its animation style is great. Story's interesting. If you liked Planetes, I know we talk about that all the time, but it's good. But it's not slice of life. It's about postal workers and delivering the mail. So
But he fights giant bugs.
and he fights giant bugs.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah.
and you make fun of my slice of life?
No.
But
It's
there's no
that's
giant
that's
bugs in
the
mine.
that's the world they're living in, the postal world. But since I put that away, I started. Jesus. Since I put that away, I started watching something that the people in the forums had asked me to watch called Time of Eve. And let me just say that that is probably one of the coolest things I've seen. It's about 3 hours long. The episodes are 6 episodes, ranging from 15 minutes to like 27 minutes. But there's just so much content in such a little like capsule of a show. And it's done by, help me out here, Yoshida?
I think.
Yeah, Yoshida.
Yoshida.
And Yasuhira.
Moon speak to me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
and sorry. And he also does Pale Cocoon is also a really great one-shot. And I would start with Pale Cocoon because it's about, I don't want to tell you what it's about. Just watch it. It's very slice of life, you think, but in the future. So it's right up my alley because it's slice of life, but in the future. It's interesting. It's kind of steampunkish, but just watch it. It's only 3 hours and a half if you watch Pale Cocoon and Time of Eve of your out of your life, and the style is amazing. They do the 2D over top of the 3D, so yeah, watch that.
Fair enough.
Really, watch it. No, I'm serious. Watch it. It's good.
Well, I'll probably not watch it, but I'll take your word for it.
Watch it.
I've been watching, I guess, that new show, Spartacus: Blood and Sand.
how
yeah.
is
You
it?
heard about that?
Yeah.
It's on HBO or Showtime or something, right?
Well, if you've seen Rome, they tried to go along the lines of the same
Rome
thing.
was
In fact,
excellent.
yeah. Here's the thing, though. When you're watching it, it's pretty much Rome, but not as good.
Well, the production value doesn't look as
Not
good
as
Rome.
not as high. They use about the same 4 sets over and over again, and they try to make it different every time.
How do you make
That's-
Sandy Wells different?
You
though?
move, I was gonna say, like in the palace,
dungeons
they moved
and the
curtain.
training
Yeah.
area, and then the arena, which is really bad CG from like the over. But here's the only reason I'm watching the show at this point is because I don't know if you know this. Lucy Lawless has topless scenes.
Oh, fair enough.
Xena Warrior Princess has topless scenes in
And
the
she
show.
looks better now than she did when she was
She does.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
does.
Yeah, when she did
And-
Battlestar Galactica, I
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
recognize
I didn't
her.
recognize her
I think
either.
it was because she didn't have this cut
This
across.
cut and the hair. Like this.
Our camera guy right now, I just want to point out, our camera guy is going like,
He's got a He's got a boner. I think he's
Yeah,
thinking
he
about
does.
it.
Lucy Lawless. Anyway, that's what we've been
So,
doing
you
in our
know-
free time. Yeah.
Coming up next on Anime TV, Bailey visits the manga museum and meets a deer. So come back. Netflix delivers movies directly to your home, saving you time, money, and hassle. As a Netflix Unlimited member, you get DVDs by mail in about 1 business day. Plus, you can instantly watch thousands of TV episodes and movies streamed directly to your PC, Mac, or right to your TV via a Netflix-ready device like the Xbox 360, PS3, and soon the Nintendo Wii console. Watch as many movies as you want. Shipping is free and there are never any late fees or due dates. Keep the movies as long as you like. DVDs by mail, plus instantly right to your TV. Get unlimited movies 2 ways for only $8.99 a month. As a new member and an AnimeTV viewer, you can get a free trial membership. Go to netflix.com/anime and sign up now. Be sure to use this URL so that they know we sent you.
Hey everyone, AnimeTV, this is Bailey in Tokyo, Japan. I'm on my way to Kyoto right now. My first time. We're gonna go by Shinkansen, which is a bullet train, so I'm super excited. So we finally made it to Kyoto, and we're also going to go to the manga museum. So it's raining, umbrella time, let's go. 5, 4, 3. Okay, so I just finished the manga museum. I have to say it was pretty cool. Wasn't quite what I expected though. Okay, first of all, the positives. If you like cosplay, and I do too, make sure to go on the weekend as there is a ton of girls and a few guys doing cosplay, and they're really, really phenomenal. They're lining the stairwells in there, so all you have to do is walk up and down them from floor to floor and you're good to go. Make sure to ask for pictures. I found that about half of the people I asked to take pictures of turned me down. So unlike maybe conventions in America, these girls aren't necessarily there for your fan service. The other positives, if you read manga in Japanese, the selection of manga will blow your mind. There's literally, each floor is just a wall of anime. Every issue of everything you could possibly imagine. The negatives, unfortunately, I don't read manga in Japanese. I only read manga in English. Sorry. So the English section was really small, as in probably your local bookstore has a bigger selection. The other downside is that it's not really a museum per se. I would say it's more of a library. I wanted to see original artworks, drawings by, you know, artists like Miyazaki and things like that, and original Astro Boy, and unfortunately there's really not any of that. There is changing exhibits, so maybe at a different time they have things like that. The exhibit right now is actually American comic books, so I was a little bummed. I have plenty of American comic books. However, the staff there is incredibly nice. It's pretty cool. It's central Kyoto, so it's pretty easy to get to. So if you're here, you're a big manga reading fan, especially in Japanese, you should definitely check it out. Okay, see you soon.
I said stop butting me. Butting me. Stop it. Gosh, you guys are violent. Violent. Here's a little one. Violent deer. That's what you are. Violent, evil. Bambi would be so upset by you.
Coming up is our review on Claymore, so stick around. Web hosting from GoDaddy.com includes 99.9% uptime, 24/7 support, and free access to Hosting Connection. The place to install over 30 free applications sure to help you get the most from your hosting plan and website. For 10% off your order, just punch in the code ATV8.
Claymore is about a young boy named Rocky and his encounter with the mysterious Claire, who is a half-demon, half-human woman. They go around and they fight the evil Yoma that inhabit the world. Funimation has just re-released the series on Blu-ray, so here is the clip.
I remember. You came back for me.
Claymore, humanity's sole defense against the hunger of the monstrous Yoma. Claymore, human Yoma hybrids of extraordinary strength and cunning. They are at once woman, warrior, weapon. Thus begins the twisted tale of Claire, one such sister of the sword, driven by pain in both victory and defeat. Her march towards vengeance unfolds along a treacherous path. A path marked by violence, solitude, and scorn.
All right, guys. So we're talking about Claymore today. 26 episode anime, based on the manga, which is still going on past where the anime actually stopped. And let's get right into it. Nick, what did you think about the anime?
It was good. If you've never read the manga before, it's good. It's a self-contained hack and slash story about chicks that try to expunge the evils of the world.
Good
you
word,
know,
expunge.
yeah. Where's my quarter at? Damn it. But you know, it's good. It's good.
That's your.
You know,
your take
the
on it?
animation style. Okay, for me, I like to call it a dingy anime because it's all like the tones. They're gray. There's nothing.
There's never a sunny day.
There's never really a sunny day. It's always a little bit overcast. You know, I wasn't really impressed by the Yoma monsters. The Yoma are like the demons that are hiding. Some of them hide in human bodies, or like they hide as humans. And I just wasn't really impressed with that particular character design. They remind me a lot of Rook from Death Note.
Oh.
The big mouth. And like, you know, if Rook ever wanted to be on Claymore, they wouldn't be like, oh, look, it's Rook from Death Note. They'd be like, oh, it's a Yoma.
Yeah.
Kill him! Kill him!
In like rocker clothes, though, you know.
Yeah. Well, he'd be like, I'm going to eat your insides. Anyway, but yeah, not so much. But anyway, it's good. Like I said, it is touching. They do have some filler episodes, but they're necessary in the anime for setting up the story and how it goes later on. So you don't even mind them because it is part of the storytelling. It's not like we're gonna go play a soccer game. I know I always say that because they do that shit in Bleach all the time. We're gonna go swimming. Why?
Yeah, there's no soccer
and
game
I put an H in the why because
let's play baseball.
Yeah, why? Shinigami baseball is great. Yay! Anyway, I mean the beach sequences are great because you get to see them in. Anyway, but the point is, I meant like tops and bottoms or no bottoms or whatever.
Fair
the
enough.
point is, but the thing is that Claymore tells a good story, and we'll get to the finishing later on. So you can pass me because.
Fair enough.
Me.
The Japanese chick.
The Japanese chick. The funny thing is, I do have a funny story that goes along with this, and I am glad that you're on this panel because KG had been bugging me forever and ever. He was like, "Yeah, you should watch Claymore. It's awesome."
That's how I started watching it.
That was like a year ago.
Like, no, this is.
It was like a bad rash that wouldn't go away. I was like,
okay. It was kind of like, you know, when my friends kept bugging me about Dark Tower series, to read it, you know, Stephen King's, it's the best thing, and I was like, fine, you know. And I was like, well, you know, I guess I can watch it. And so I prepared myself something to eat, and then I sat down.
A sandwich, perhaps?
Yeah, no, not a sandwich.
Did you have Laura, make me a sandwich. I'm hungry.
No, it's funny because literally I sat down and I play the first episode, and the opening scene is like crunching noises and a human being eaten, and you see the Yoma eating and I was like, I cannot eat for a week. Thank you, KG. Yeah. But, you know, I enjoyed it. I really liked it. It was an interesting, you know, kind of take. I loved the whole, I actually do like the whole kind of medieval type storylines, you know, because it's not set in the now, in a sense. It's kind of set in this weird kind in its own little world on this island. I mean,
this
there's
continent thing.
Yeah, there's, you know, other countries in it, I guess, but I liked it. I liked the kind of icy character, you know. She wasn't a tsundere, which is nice. She was just
thank God.
Tsundere is kind of overplayed now, I think.
Why don't you tell everyone what that means?
We've seen it.
Yeah, you've probably seen it, but for those of you who haven't, it's usually a girl who's very like icy and, you know, put together until, you know, the guy that she likes walks in, and then she becomes like, yeah. It comes from the word, like, not a word, I guess, but it's called dere, which means like, in Japanese it's like when you're lazy and you're lounging around, or you're like to somebody. There's many meanings to it, but that's where tsundere comes from. And but I like most of the characters, you know. Yeah. I have to admit, are we going to the ending, or are we gonna? That's a spoiler, I guess. So
I guess we can
for that later.
Yeah, we can go for that later.
Yeah, but I like the show overall. Spoiler parts.
Yeah. It was a good suggestion, KG. Thank you so much.
That was a great segue. Pass it off.
Stroking of the ego, KG.
I've been reading and watching Claymore for a while, and like you guys said, I was bothering you know, all of you to watch it and or read it. like a year ago when I discovered it, really, it was like the best thing ever because I had not read or watched something.
And it's up your alley, that whole kind of like eating things, different types of things. Yeah.
I like zombie movies. I like a lot of zombie movies, and so this really spoke to me. They got like these monster zombie things, and for once you had a band of like women who fought that wasn't
and it
necessarily
was like a hack and slash. It was
hack and slash.
Very D&D.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like fan servicey women fighting, which I appreciated.
They were wearing full armor.
They were wearing full armor for
I'm
once.
going to wear, you know, like a bikini top and you know.
My boobies are gonna bounce around while I slashing.
And you know what the best part is? There was a really great scene in the show, where one of the girls, you know, and there are these bandits, and they're like, you know, blah blah blah. We're gonna have the cess with you, you know, whatever. And she's like, well, if you can,
cess?
Yeah. And she lifts her top, and they're like, never mind.
Yeah, they're like, oh,
we're not gonna.
That was not really sexy.
And you never see that, which is cool.
Yeah.
They
never tell you what's under there.
Never see that.
Yeah.
Like,
So we assume that there's something very wrong with their bodies. You know what I'm saying? Which I kind of like.
You know, I have to admit though, wasn't Buffy like late 90s, early 2000s? You know, the whole how the Claymores are created are very similar to the way Slayers are created in the Buffy universe. So it was, I remember watching it, I was kind of like, I wonder what came first. It was like the chicken and the egg kind of thing. And I'm sure everything nowadays, especially with the saturation of information, it's like, it's so, there's no original thought in a sense. There's a way to twist it and everything. But yeah. But I did think that was kind of interesting.
I will be honest though, the reason I kept watching was not actually because of the story. The fight scenes in the show are really, really well done and interesting. Like there are fights in the show that might last like half an episode, DBZ-ish style, but you don't mind because the animation is so good and this. It's weird to say the storytelling of the fight is really good, but it is. I like watching the fight scenes over the actual plot points, because the plot points is like, you know, it's kind of like the damsel in distress scenario, except reversed, where it's the chick.
It's a dude. It's a dude.
It's a little kid, right?
And it is a bit like playing an RPG, but you're not playing it where you go from point A to point B to point C, and then it's just, you kind of, it literally is like, you're following this character walking through the forest, and then
you're leveling up.
You're like bandits or Yoma or.
I mean, the plot is basically you know, this girl from an organization. You know, she's not outstanding in any way, but she gets more and more powerful as the series progresses, and she fights more and more powerful enemies.
Level up.
Yeah, cliche storyline, but I mean, it's well done for what it is, and it's. For me, it's definitely, you know, definitely worth a watch.
And I do appreciate the whole, like, you don't meet her at her height. Like, she literally is somebody, and I think, isn't she one who's been passed over to? She is strong, but she's been kind of hiding it, and she's just kind of like. Yeah,
she starts out as the weakest, like, member of the organization.
Yeah. So, but I definitely liked it till the.
Let's put the spoiler tag in right now, because we do want to cover kind of like the ending of this anime, which. What do you guys think? Because, you know, as we all know, the manga travels beyond what happens at the end of this anime at episode 26. And up until episode like 24 or 25, it's still following the storyline of the manga.
Is shame, Madhouse. Madhouse is usually a good company. They do a really good job, I think, you know. But it was like every other Japanese show. It bugged me where like the story is compelling and then they have like 2 episodes left and they go, shoot, we need to end the story. What do we do?
Boss fight in a volcano. Or,
And it's just literally like, I was like, oh no. You could tell that the ending is, it's nearing.
It's nearing. We're on 24. What's going to happen? Oh, we gotta nip it in the bud. I mean, they nailed it. It was like the end of Serenity. They killed people off. They cannot rework this because the manga, which is so good, and I would even prefer just read the manga because it's so good.
Are you guys actually saying that?
I am. This is one of the series where the manga is actually better, in my opinion, than the anime, because the whole concept, and this is a spoiler for you, but this whole concept of what you've been watching for the last 26 episodes is an experiment. All this is, all these girls, all this whole scenario is an experiment for an even larger kingdom on another continent far, far away. It's so awesome. When they pulled that out, I was like, oh shit!
The whole revolution.
My whole world was
there's
like
swords and everything.
Yeah, and they're like, whoa.
you should told me to read the manga.
The manga.
I did. I told you to read.
No, what?
I told you to read it and watch it.
Okay, but I only saw the anime and that ending kind of.
It's so different, and that's what. Yeah, the ending is they button it, they kill it, and it's done. But the manga carries on, and it's so good, and they have so many different twists in it. Yeah.
All right. So, final thoughts about Claymore, the anime, and or the manga. Melee.
Me. Definitely watch it without eating food, especially the first episode.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
That's not that bad.
It
was pretty bad.
It was pretty bad. The soundtrack maybe was really bad too, and I had like headphones on or something so I could really hear it. Yeah, and I think I was eating natto or something like that.
That'll
was,
do
like,
it.
Slurpee and like.
That'll do it.
You know, yes. Anyways, definitely watch it, and now I'm intrigued. I feel like I should read the manga because definitely the show's really good. It's well done. I like the characters. It's kind of a simple enough storyline for anybody to get into, and it's an interesting world. I think definitely got turned off by the ending, unfortunately.
Everyone did, I think.
Yeah, but now I'm intrigued. I do want to read the manga, but definitely check it out. It's a good show. Just don't eat during the first episode. You have to kind of acclimate yourself to that kind of the sound that they use when they eat and like the concept of eating
the guts
innards.
eating sounds.
So
all right.
This is going to be a spoiler, so turn it off now if you want. But definitely watch up until the part where the big battle happens. And they're like, we are few against many, and then they kick all that shit that happens, and then read on then stop watching the anime, and read from there because it will keep the story open for you, and it's still along the lines of great storytelling all the way up until, and you can skip the manga up until then, and then watch and then I think it's like maybe 40 or something like that where they starts to coincide there. But so yeah, it was good. Watch it. Yeah. Watch it up until after the battle sequence, the huge battle with all the Claymores and the yeah.
Like he said, the anime actually sticks with the manga pretty well up until like episode 24 and 25 where it they needed to end it, and they made up their own story.
Crazy.
But I mean,
they're all gonna blow up. Yeah, they're all gonna blow up.
I mean, the animation's great. The voice acting's, I had limited experience with the English cast. I don't know how that happened.
It's the Funimation crew.
It's the Funimation crew. I mean, Todd Havercorn is
Colleen Blinkenbeard, Monica Rial. I mean, it's like Chuck Huber.
Yeah. We're not saying it's bad, but we've heard the voices before, so we're like, oh well, there they are.
And they have hundreds of titles, so we've heard them.
We've heard you.
Yeah.
But,
a lot.
But basically, yes, thumbs up. Good title, worth watching. 26 episodes, fun to sit through, and yeah, Claymore. All right, back to you guys.
Cool. Thanks for joining us. What'd you think of Claymore?
I liked it. I only got to see the first 4 episodes, but I'm definitely going to go back and finish watching the series when I can.
Cool. Send in your reviews.
On the forums. And fan us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Come back next week for The Sands of Destruction. I'm Christina V.
I'm Johnny Young Bosch.
AnimeTV, go!
No.
Bang Zoom.